hosting a 300-person lawn festival here this Saturday.
On my property?
It's been approved by the county.
Approved to use my grass?
It's just open land.
Then don't be surprised when there's no grass left.
They scheduled a 300-person community lawn festival on my property without asking, so I made sure not a single blade of grass was left for them to use. Before I tell you what really happened, comment below and tell me what city you're watching from. I've owned a 30-acre property just outside town since 2013. The front half looks like a clean open meadow, but it's not just for looks. It's part of my licensed lawn care and landscaping operation. I maintain it as a rotating turf system, cutting, reseeding, and restoring sections throughout the year. Every season follows a strict schedule. Certain areas are left untouched to grow while others get cut down and treated. That rotation has been planned months in advance and documented for over a decade. On the other side of my western fence sits a suburban HOA run by a woman named Sandra Whitfield. For 2 years they've been trying to push their neighborhood events onto nearby land. Twice Sandra came to my gate asking to use my front field for a community picnic. Both times I told her no. That land isn't a park. It's part of my working lawn system, and I'm not insured for public events. She left without arguing. I figured she understood. I was wrong. One morning in early April, I walked my property line and found survey stakes in my soil and a notice zip-tied to my gate. The HOA had gone behind my back and filed for a county permit, claiming my land qualified as shared community space. The permit was approved. 300 people, vendors, a stage, lawn games, all scheduled for the second Saturday in June, right on my field. At first, I honestly thought it was a mistake. So I took pictures, documented everything, and called the county office. I asked them one simple question. Does this permit mention anything about active landscaping operations? They checked. It didn't. To them, it was just open grass. But to me, it was mid-cycle. That specific section of land was already scheduled months earlier for a full cut and soil treatment at the start of June. And in my business, you don't just skip a cycle. If you delay, you ruin the entire rotation, lose growth consistency, and risk killing sections of turf. That's thousands of dollars and months of work gone. So I had a choice. Either I let 300 strangers walk all over my operation, or I do exactly what I've always done. Stick to my schedule. So on June 1st, I followed my plan. No drama. No announcements. No confrontación. I brought in my full equipment crew. Commercial mowers, trimmers, soil rollers, spreaders. We worked the entire day. Every inch of that front field was cut down to short stubble. Not messy, not uneven, perfectly processed. Then came the treatment phase. We applied fertilizer, soil stabilizers, and restoration mix. Put up proper county-compliant markers. Bright signs warning. Active turf treatment, no public access. By the time we were done, that beautiful open lawn they planned their festival on was gone. 3 days later, I saw movement near the gate. HOA volunteers started arriving with trucks, folding tables, tents, equipment. They unlocked the temporary fencing they had installed earlier, and then they just stopped, because what they saw wasn't a festival ground anymore. It was a work zone. Dry treated soil, shortcut turf, warning flags everywhere. No place to sit. No place to play. No place to safely gather 300 people. Within an hour, Sandra showed up. I watched from a distance as she walked the field, phone in hand, clearly frustrated. She pointed at the ground, at the signs, at the stakes, like somehow it wasn't real. About 40 minutes later, a county inspector arrived. He walked the entire area, checked the signage, reviewed the permit, and then had a very short conversation with her. Under local safety regulations, public events cannot be held on actively treated landscaping zones.